You have seen that Panthera on this channel, the 30 cal, the beast. This thing is an absolute cannon. I can't even fit it all on screen. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm pulling lights down and everything. Oh, it's all going wrong. We ain't even 30 seconds in. The Panthera 30 cal sniper. That thing is a beast. Go watch my review on that and the range footage. What a cannon that thing is. Here we have the Panthera Hunter, the latest version with the bottle at the front. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD. This is a sub 12 FX Panthera, and just in case you're wondering, I have an immersive on the decks already. God, Rack, what is wrong with you? Oh, do you know what? I'm so snowed under with blooming reviews at the minute. I'm not complaining. It's all good. It's all good. It's just I've got guns coming out of my ears here in the rat cave. Right. This is a sub 12 foot-pound 177 300mm long barrel rifle. It is the Hunter. It has the bottle at the front. The normal Panthera has it at the back. You can fit it at the front, but you lose the Arc Swiss rail, I believe. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to, or I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can fit a bottle at the back of this. So you've got one at the front, one at the back. So I guess that is what it'd look like on the Panthera. If you had the bottle at the front, you'd just lose that, and vice versa. With those big bore ones, a lot of people run them tethered anyway because they just guzzle the air. This sub 12 one in 177 is not so bad. Not exactly sure on shots per fill yet, but I've had quite a few shots out of this, and it was quite interesting. Now, you know, guys, on this channel, I don't give you any BS, and I will continue not to give you BS, okay? Yeah, I know I work a little bit with FX every so often, but I'm going to tell you how it is. This thing, to start with, and I know people are going to say, oh, you've got to clean the barrel and all that. I ain't interested in that. When I get a gun out of the box, I shoot it. That's what happens with every gun I test and review. Do not clean the barrel first. I don't care what the manufacturer says. Don't care. That should be done on QC, at QC, in my opinion. Okay? So I got this rifle out of the box, zeroed it and shot it. Okay? I've not cleaned the barrel. That's how it is. If I go down that road, I'll have to do it on every gun that I get in to give it a fair run. So it's out of box, sight fitted, zeroed and tested. And that's it. And I ain't going to change. So there we go. Right. Let's have a look at the Panthera first then. The Panthera Hunter. So compared to the normal, well, the original Panthera, the obvious one I've already mentioned is the bottle is at the front. It's a lot lighter. It's a short thing. That's why I thought it would be quite appropriate to put an immersive optic scope on, or a prism scope on this little rifle, because it's just spot on. Keeps everything nice and light. Shooting it off the bench, as you can see in the footage, really quite enjoyable to shoot. It's, you know, it feels like a Panthera, although on this one I didn't swap it round to left hand. I don't know why I didn't do that. I must have been fairly comfortable on the cheek piece, but I could have swapped it round because it is ambi, because you can swap that cheek piece round like I have on that one. Okay, I've covered all the features anyway in the video with the normal Panthera, or the original Panthera, but there's nothing really different about the Panthera Hunter apart from the bottle at the front, the shorter barrel. Safety catch, same place, same cock and lever, exactly the same as what's on the M3 Impact. You've got the numbers on the Picatinny rail, so you know where to put your scope if you take it on or off, and this, that, and the other. Adjustable. This sub 12 isn't that adjustable. It's not as adjustable as this. What is this one? This one's about 150 foot-pound. This one is the one that's running 30 caliber, running a 30 cal barrel. Just in case you're wondering as well, that is a spigot mount. That does not come with the Panthera. That's what I've fitted to run a GRS bipod. So on the sub 12, you lose this. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice already. You lose the quick tune system, so that's not on a sub 12. Same with like the Impact, the M3 Impact, you don't get that. Adjustable trigger, you've got your dials here. I call it the dashboard, okay. AR-15 style pistol grip. That's it really, that's it. You don't get any Picatinny rail, like I said, because you lose a Picatinny rail, Arca Swiss rail, because you lose that having the bottle at the front, so you just get the shroud. I did run a Donny FL Sumo silencer because just like that one, this is a little loud. It is a little loud, especially if you're back garden plinking. Not that I ever back garden plink with that, but with this sub 12 I was. It was a little loud, so I chucked on a Donny FL. And it seemed to sort of tone it down a little bit. Now, let's jump into accuracy, because accuracy was a little weird to start. Okay, it was a little weird. Now, bear in mind, shooting at 30 yards with an immersive optics prism scope. That's always been pretty good. So, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know whether it's because the barrel needs cleaning or basically, as I shot it, the rifle got better and better. Now, don't be alarmed by these groups, because this is me shooting and I am a lefty. So there are my excuses to start with. But I did zero this to start with. And then the shots started going a little bit. I kept having flyers. Now, these are 3-shot groups on each target. These were with H&N Field Target Trophy, 8.64 grains. They are, I've got my pellets here. Them ones right there. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit weird. There was just, I was getting nice groups, tight group there. The reason that's a bit sort of splattered is that's because where my magnet was holding it on one of my steel gongs. So that was a nice group. That was a nice group. Ignore where they are. It's groups that we're thinking about here. And you can actually see as the groups get better, it's kind of weird. So a flyer there, a flyer starting to get tight, little flyer, super tight there with RWS Superdomes, which are them right there. And then we moved on to JSB Exacts, which are them right there. Tightening up nicely, the odd flyer. These ones down here where I'm sort of just making sure zero's still good. And then this is really weird. I went on to Barracuda Lights. These are 9.57 grains. And that was all over the place. I was like, what the hell? But check this out. And I think I got this on video. Then that is a 3-shot group. Same hole. So I literally shot those. Aiming at the ball, obviously. Spaced out. And then the next 3 just went there. And then the next 3 there. And there. And there. What the hell? And then I went on to, and I'm always a bit curious about these in sub 12, but 177 H&N Slug HP heavy slugs, 16 grain. I was expecting those to drop out of the sky pretty rapidly, but they grouped all right for slugs. Now, in between doing these groups, I put half a dozen shots on a gong just to get the barrel, you know, accustomed to that pellet. So pretty good, if you ask me, pretty good. And a lot of people say, and I believe it myself, FX barrels, because the rifling is pressed from the outside, you get those microscopic cracks. You've got to get it leaded up a little bit. And I noticed it with that 30 cal. The more I shot it, the tighter the groups got. I noticed it with my impact as well, with my 25 cal. So quite interesting. You can almost see it. Maybe I should have just stuck to the same pellet and just to, you know, until they got super tight. Yeah, you know, you could argue that I should have put a, you know, a big scope on rather than a prism scope just to do maximum accuracy testing. But it is what it is. It's how I've tested it. But it's interesting how you can see the groups suddenly tighten up with different pellets. It's as though, all right, apart from that one, but though that's just amazing. Just strange. Is it me? Is it the gun? Is it the barrel getting leaded up? Tell me in the comments, but it's very interesting. I'm going to say it's an accurate rifle, probably with a proper scope. I say a proper scope, and once, no, that's probably a bit unfair on a prism scope. Maybe once we're 1,000 shots in, they'll be super tight. Find the pellet it likes, which I think probably is those Barracuda lights. Looking at these groups, apart from that one, yeah, H&S slugs weren't bad, but pretty heavy. But I'd probably go for the Barracuda lights. This one seems to like so far. I think 1,000 shots in, this thing is going to be a laser beam accurate. Laser beam accurate. If I clean the barrel and just put a better magnification scope on, those groups probably be way tighter. Plus, like I said, and like I always say, it's me shooting anyway, so you've got to roll that into the equation. Anyway, that's accuracy. It's accurate. It is accurate. Make of that what you will. Let's give the trigger a pull, see what it's doing, because we all like to see what a trigger's doing. Anyway, let's give her a pull. Oof. 2 pounds, 1.3 ounces on that trigger. That's a nice trigger. Nice trigger. But no, guys, a nice setup. I'm not going to go into massive detail. Like I said, I did that on the Panthera review, so go check that out. Notice on this one, on the big Panthera, you get a different pistol grip. The angled one going back like that, you can't really have because you won't get your hand around it because of the rear bottle. So that's a noticeable difference, is the grip and the bottle. Okay. So I guess if you have a bottle on this Hunter, you're going to have to go for a straight grip as well, because you'll have the same problem, because it is the same rear. It's the same stock. So that's quite interesting. That's your power adjuster there. I didn't mess with anything, just used it straight out of the box like I did that. So it is what it is. So they are my findings, or that is my findings as far as the Panthera goes, the Panthera Hunter goes. So quite interesting indeed. Now, I'm glad I've got that. I was worried, you know, I was worried about talking about that accuracy. You know, I was like, oh God, can I actually show this accuracy on camera? Is it really that bad? And I just thought, no, you know me, guys, I'll just tell you how it is. You see what happens as it happens, pretty much. Okay. So no, I like the Panthera Hunter. I think it is very cool. FX, I think, did sneak it out a little bit, sneaky beaky, didn't they? It was released at the British Shooting Show this year, 2023. So they suddenly appeared, and quite a lot of people, well, no one really knew about it. So yeah, very interesting. The big boy, the Panthera. I mean, it's not really a hunting rifle, is it? It's built for speed. That thing's built for speed, for target shooting, for PRS or PRL, whatever it is. That's what that is built for. That's built for long range shooting, and there's going to be some long range action on this channel using that gun. This one, made for hunting. It's a bit dreamline if you ask me, with a bottle. It is, I ain't gonna lie, but I like it. It's cool. It's pretty cool. Any gripes, Rack? I always think to myself, and I think I did mention, I just think I love the way you have the dashboard like this. I think on a Hunter, they're a little bit vulnerable. I think someone needs to come out with some sort of enclosure to sort of guard them. Because that would bother me out in the field if I sort of dink them. Don't know, what else? No, I think that's about it. Yeah, all good. All good. A nice gun. What I did find though, and what I have noticed, the magazine, and I should have checked this, but the magazine has come loose and that nuts fell out. Okay? Whether that, I don't know whether that's happened as I've sort of brought the gun away from the range or what, I don't know, or maybe it was like that and I just didn't notice it. But no, the nut has gone, it's come undone, so that's a bit of an issue, but I can get that rectified. I'm sure there's probably on here somewhere that nut is. But yeah, magazines are pretty good though when they don't fall apart. They're quite easy to load. You basically just lift the cover off and load up. You've got to wind them on under spring tension and then load up your pellets. Yeah, this one, like I said, is falling apart. So yeah, let's get rid of that one. But apart from that, pretty good, pretty good. Anyway, guys, that is your rack and load review of the Panthera Hunter from FX. She's a cute little one. It's the baby sister of the Panthera. Ideal for hunting. Needs a little bit of protection around those dials though, if you ask me. But other than that, I'd take this around the farm, no problem. Especially with that prism scope on. It's just super lightweight. Not got any specs for you as far as weight. Yeah, as far as weight is concerned, and I've got no way of weighing this particular rifle at present, but it's a lot lighter than that thing. Okay, but my advice to you is keep it lightweight and put something like that on top just to keep it super lightweight. If you put a big jocking scope on, defeats the object of having a lightweight gun. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. That is Rack and Load. See ya.